All right, we're gonna get ready to get started here in just a minute. I see some of you on. You might have missed my little intro. I'm Jacqueline Hughes. I'll be guiding the call tonight. You should have been, if you were in our Challenge 411 Facebook group, you saw me posting earlier today. I'd love to know who's all on, and in the chat box, you guys should be able to access the chat. I'd love for you to just introduce yourself, and if you can't access the chat here, the comments down below this video in our Facebook group, you can always post your name. I'd love to see who's all on live. I will be doing the raffle at the end of the call, and I'm excited to do that. And then we finally got this to work so that Miss Tess is going to make a little cameo with us, and you're going to hear from her as well. All right. So I greatly respect all of your time, and we are currently at 6 p.m. right now. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this call off. I'm going to share my screen with you. And Tess, please let me know if you can see these. All right. All right. So I think that looks good. Yeah, thumbs up, Tess, if that looks good. Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. Well, welcome you guys. I am Jacqueline Hughes. I am going to be leading the call tonight. I'm so excited that you all are here joining us for this call. I am a two-time elite coach, health and wellness coach. I've been coaching for about 2.5 years, and prior to that, I was a trauma surgical ICU nurse and yoga instructor, which I still do on the side, and now I'm a full-time coach from home, working with my little one in the other room. My husband's Navy, and we're stationed here in Honolulu, Hawaii. And coaching is just an abundant passion for me. I became a nurse because health was important. And as my family and life evolved, I realized that I was able to still contribute to people's health and well-being, but could do it in a totally different way. But I started out exactly where you are. And you might be thinking, well, that's just crazy. But it is very, very true. Beachbody coaches are just that. They start as people that are looking to get on their own health and wellness journey and might need a little support and help. And they found what I found and what I'm going to share with you today, which is our groups. So this is not rocket science. This, what we're going to talk about today, is all about keeping it simple. I'll be sharing the most simplified approach that I've personally found that works and has worked for me and other members of my challenge groups and the team. These are just some of the transformations that you see here. You see me as a new mom, and that's really how I started my journey. I had my daughter, I'd nursed her for 15 months, and I was exhausted, and I knew I was doing the right things, or at least I thought I was, but I had some holes in what I was doing because there was so much out there. Paleo, this, do that, have more superfoods, have more of this, eat less of that. And I was just, my mind was thrown. And once I found what I'm going to share with you today, that was the turning point for me. That was the way that I finally got on track with my health and wellness, and it demystified the whole thing, and I finally was able to get results. And not just results, I was able to live a lifestyle of balance where I felt like I wasn't constantly yo-yoing. I don't know how many of you that are on this call have been where, you know, you're up and you're down and you're all over, and I needed some stability because I come from a past of having had an eating disorder and having overcome that. And so I bring that level of expertise into my groups and share it with my coaches and the people that I help. But that is a little bit about my journey. What I'm going to do, what we want to do today is that we want to help you. In our groups, it's not about deprivation. It's about establishing healthy habits. It's been my go-to way of simplifying my nutrition since this whole product and programs came out, and since I started doing challenges myself. This will be able to help you lose anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds in 21 days if you stay on the plan and be diligent. Create healthier habits that will last long after the challenge, because that's really what we're after, is a lifestyle change, not just a quick fix. We will provide you simple meal plans, 30-minute home workouts. This is my recipe for success right here. Coach you daily to help you stay on track and keep motivated. Help you feel pride and excitement about your results and your journey and what it is that you're gaining from the experience, not what it is you're giving up. experience and variety so that you stay on your journey and things stay interesting. And then we also love to give perks, and we have referrals for people that aren't already a coach. If you're a coach on the team and you're on this call, this is strictly for people that are not already coaches. So got some perks for you guys. I really want to make sure that you don't, in this whole process, continue living in a way that you feel like you're being held back or restricted, or where you go to bed at night and you feel frustrated because you got up with the best of intentions, but you're going to sleep feeling like, oh, I fell short. That is what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to help you get to a place where you know the right things to do each day and you feel empowered to do them and motivated to do them. And at the end of each day, you can lay your head down and be like, yes, I'm one step closer. I am on my road to progress and establishing healthier habits. We want to alleviate any negative feelings around your health and fitness journey for you. So let's talk about Big Mo. At the end of this call, I will give you 2 ways in which you can earn either one of the 2 Target gift cards just for being on the call, or a $50 Lululemon athletic card. If you're not familiar with Lululemon, it's in like an athletic apparel store, and I'm flexible on that. These cards will go out to the first 20 people that participate in what I'm going to share with you at the very end of this call. I'm hoping to keep this call to 30, 35 minutes tops. So stick with me till then, and you will be eligible for those options. So this is for you if you tend to quit if you don't see results right away. If you have something important coming up quickly, or maybe now that it's summer, you feel like self-conscious about a vacation that you're going to be taking, you need to tone up for a wedding. This is also for you if you get bored easily with the same workouts, you don't have a lot of time to work out or get to a gym. Diets and restrictions leave not only an icky taste in your mouth when you say those words, because they do for me, but leave you feeling moody and your family unhappy, because when I restrict myself, it's a recipe for disaster for everyone, which usually ends up in me quitting or binging, and then I gain it all back, or that's how it used to be, and that is not this. You'd love to lose weight, but you don't know where to start because there's so many options out there. You had a baby, or you want your body back ASAP yesterday. The kid came out, you're ready to get going. You have anywhere from a few pounds to lose and toning up to do, or 100 plus pounds to lose. It's also for you if you're ready to work on your mindset and establish healthier, more mindful habits, which is one of the things that I will say our team is very, very dialed into. We put as much importance on training your mindset and getting out of your own way, which you're going to hear from Tess about when she speaks a little bit later. But if any one of these things sounds familiar, you're in the right spot, because trust me, we've been there, we've heard all of this, and we're there for you. We want to help. So in this first picture, you're going to see Miss Danielle. We've got, we see people in their after pics sometimes, and we assume that they can't relate to what it is that we've gone through, what we're dealing with. But trust me, on our team, there is a coach that gets it. Moms, full-time working moms and men and fathers, and people that have 10 pounds to lose, people that have 100 pounds to lose. We have people that work full-time, are stay-at-home moms with multiple kids. We have people that really have struggled in every other area of their health, PCOS and diabetes, and just really need something to get them back on track. Jessica here is a mom of 2, stay-at-home mom, and she's had amazing this is just after 2 rounds of a 21-day program. You can already see and hear their testimonials about the increased energy and the confidence that is built through doing the programs that we do and how we go about leading these groups. So with that, I want to share with you, and she's on the line with us to talk a little bit about her story, but a person who's very dear to my heart, a friend of mine who started out right after she had her first child in a challenge group, and she was going through some really difficult challenges, but decided to start her journey anyways. And right now, as you see in the bottom right-hand corner, she's pregnant with baby number 2. And so Tess, I'd love you to unmute your line and just share with us a little bit about what motivated you to get started on your journey and why this whole process has been so transformational for you.
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be on this call with you all. And as Jacqueline said, I am 33 weeks pregnant with baby number 2. But after I had my first child, my daughter, Charlotte, 2 years ago. I had a really difficult time recovering from that delivery, and it actually ended up taking me 5 months and a surgery. And once I was finally cleared to work out, I went back to what I was doing previously. I felt like I was eating healthy. I'm a runner, and I was running 3 to 4 miles, 3 to 4 times a week, and the baby weight was not coming off. And it was really frustrating to me. And during those 5 months that I was not allowed to work out, it was the summer in Phoenix, and not any of my friends had children. I had a colicky baby. Fitness was my outlet, and I wasn't allowed to do it. And subsequently what happened was I fell into postpartum depression, and I really struggled with feeling lonely and feeling helpless, and then finally being able to work out again, but not seeing any difference in what was happening was shocking because I'm someone who, as soon as I start working out, I can lose those 5 pounds pretty easily if I put my mind to it. And after having a child, it's just not like that anymore. And so I'm abundantly grateful for Jacqueline inviting me to the opportunity to join a challenge group, because it showed me an absolutely different way of holding myself accountable to my health and fitness goals. It showed me that I was eating the right things, just completely out of whack portion wise. So I was overeating on the good stuff like carbs and the healthy fats, and although they were whole real foods, I was still overeating them. And the fitness part of it, we ended up becoming a single family income, and I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and I was just running, and it wasn't doing it for me. And so this workout plan allowed me to stay home with my daughter, which was huge because I didn't have the funds to pay for a gym membership and gym daycare for her. And so that was a huge plus as well. But I think beyond that, what these groups brought me was camaraderie. It brought me a support system that I didn't have at the time. And when I talk about postpartum depression, the word lonely like flashes like a sign above my head. I felt completely alone in what I was going through. I felt like I had no one to relate to. And when I joined these challenge groups, what I found was support from women who were struggling just like me. And I no longer felt that sense of extreme loneliness or frustration that I was doing what I thought was right and it wasn't working, because all of these women had experienced that and things were changing for them, and I could see it in these groups. And so for me, yes, it was fitness and nutrition related, the things that it brought to my life, but on a next level, emotionally is what really turned things around for me. I just really felt like I had support from a community that I never had before, and that was huge for my success.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I love Tessa's story. It's so real, and it's a position like a lot of us all find ourselves in after we have little ones, and we put ourselves on the back burner. And we really, there's this whole philosophy about securing your oxygen mask first on an airplane, like how they have you secure your oxygen mask before you help anyone else. It's so important, and it's so true. Like, in order for us to take the best care of the people in our lives, we have to first prioritize our health. And I love that through Tessa's journey, she's been able to make that a priority. And now she's setting that example for her daughter and her next child to be. And it's such a great thing to see happen in the ripple effect that takes place. So with that being said, we're coming, let me move my slides. What makes this whole thing so much different and so important and magical is this idea of portionology. It demystifies meal planning and simplifies it so much. Let me tell you, as someone that came from a nursing background, as someone that has studied yoga and Ayurveda, I was eating the right things, I was eating clean, but I still felt tired. I still was nutrient deficient because of the fact that I had nursed my daughter for 10 months. And so I really needed to have this ability to take the right foods and eat the right portions of them and optimally fuel my body. I love this quote down here. It says, what we don't realize is that the food we eat and don't eat is responsible for 80% of our weight loss, success, or failure. If you learn to dial in your nutrition and you will watch the amazing things happen and start to unfold. So part of what we do in our groups is we teach about clean eating. We share portion control, which comes with some of the programs that I'll highlight here in a second. But these containers that you see, they map out like what you're supposed to have, and there's no calorie counting. There's no anything. There's no restrictions on what kinds of foods you can eat. We teach you to eat cleaner, and hopefully you adapt to that way. But as long as it fits into the portion control cups, you can eat it. And I'll get into that in a minute. But it's so important that we have that, because I know for myself, when I feel too restricted, I don't do well. When I feel like I'm not allowed to have something, it's like being told, no, you can't have that. You want it that much more, right? So this helps me know that I can have the things that I love. It's just all about portions, and you can have too much of a good thing. So it's important that we know what the right amount is. Also, I love that these are workouts that anyone can do. If you see, I circled cat right here. This goes for all the programs. This program in particular is the 21-day fix, but there are lots of other programs, and working with your coach to help you figure out which one is the best for you is going to be another part of this whole secret sauce. But there's always a modifier. There's always a lower impact options. There's programs that are geared toward beginners, and there's programs that take you all the way through up like athlete level. But there is always a modifier. I can tell you, I just had shoulder surgery in April, and I started doing my workouts next week, modifying, and have been at home rehabbing my shoulder, and the strength in my arm has been so much better just because I've always taken that effort to modify the workouts and consistently do them. I wanted to be an example to those in my team. And even celebrities swear by it. People that have the ability to have personal trainers. And with this, I have a little personal story, because when I was in San Diego, when I lived in San Diego prior to meeting my husband, I had hired a personal trainer. And I remember I had already bought Insanity, but it sat on my shelf. I don't know if any of you have ever bought off an infomercial and then the thing just sits there, but that's what had happened for me. And I never used it. And then my trainer, who I'm paying money, goes, "Oh, you bought Insanity? Do you mind if I borrow it?" And I'm thinking to myself, you would have thought that was a light bulb moment, right? Well, I let him borrow it. And then I realized this guy is charging me money to do the workouts that he watched it and had me do the workouts that Sean T put together. So I love this, because even if people can't afford, which I don't know many people that can, but even if they can't afford a trainer, it's not always the best way to go. For me, I don't like having to find childcare. I don't like having to leave my house. My daughter can be asleep still, and I can get this done. It was invaluable to me as a new mom. And these are all like celebrity endorsements. I mean, Candace Cameron, I mean, she looks amazing, and she swears by this. She's in one of the challenge groups of another elite coach that I am friends with. So I think that's just crazy, but I love it. I love that they're keeping it real. Also, with your kit, when you do a challenge with us, you get access for 30 days for free to other programs. So let's say you figure out which program with your coach you really want to do. You also get access to over, I think there's over 40 different types of workouts on the on-demand profile, along with meal planning tools. And what's great about this is it goes where you go. You can stream them live, and that for me is huge. We're a military family. I'm constantly on the go. I can take this anywhere that I travel to, hook it up in a hotel room, hook it up in a hotel gym. Also, we have another coach on the team. She's a physician mom, and a coach, and a challenger, Miss Renee, and she takes this to work in the on-call room, and I'm so proud of her, because if you are ever familiarized with the healthcare industry, you know that healthcare workers can be some of the most unhealthy individuals out there. Renee brought this into the hospital, her bot account. She'd prop up her little iPad, and she'd got the physicians and the on-call nurses working out and doing their superfoods. And I think this is so important that we show that fitness can be accessible wherever you are. All it takes is you having the determination to seeing it through. You just have to stream your bod. So you get that with your kit for free. Weight loss can mean so many things. It can be so overwhelming. And I touched on this in the beginning of the call. There's so many options, like, right? There's so many different things, people throwing out their juices, throwing out their wraps, throwing out supplements and meal plans. It's like, oh my gosh, my head's gonna explode. What's the right thing to do? And the fact is, everybody's body's different, but when you can simplify it down to something as simple as you need to eat the right foods and they need to be clean, you need to know the right portions, and we're in a society where we've lost sight of what proper portions even look like or feel like in our body. And and it can be really daunting. So weight loss can mean trying to create an effective gym routine, which was impossible for me as a new mom. I couldn't get out of the house. I had a very needy kid. I had to be home. It can mean expensive trainers, which I've just told you, my journey with trainers hasn't been so stellar, and they're expensive. You have to look for the right one and someone that motivates you. Figure out how to use gym equipment. I think of my mom every time I say this, because for her to go to a gym, to work out in a gym, or to even do a group fitness class, it makes her terribly uncomfortable. And so having that fitness element at home at her disposal is huge. Finding the right group fitness class, 80% of your results come from what you eat, but like I just touched on, what do you eat? And this shows you exactly how to do that. And what I love is that it also is stuff that your family will eat. It'll show you exactly how to prepare it. And it's stuff that my husband and my daughter eat too. And again, what paleo, gluten-free, vegan, well, all of this is adaptable to that. So if you're already a paleo person or vegan, or you have diabetic restrictions, all of this can factor into what you're already doing. So a myth, you need 60 minutes a day to go to the gym to get results. I remember at the beginning of my journey, I was so excited that I was getting results, and I posted something and somebody's like, oh, that's just a waste of your time. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't have to be in a gym. I'm getting more results in this 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever program I was 25 minutes at that point. I was doing that program, and 25 minutes a day, I was getting more results than if I spent an hour at the gym. So that is not accurate at all. You have the time, you just have to know that you'll prioritize it. And that's what we do in our groups. We help you figure out with where you're in your schedule, you can do that, and work on the mindset to keep you motivated so that you do consistently plug into the group, the program that you've chosen, the meal plan that you've chosen, and it really makes it accessible for you. You'll spend more time thinking about working out than actually working out if you sign yourself up for a gym membership. The transit time and all the stuff that you goes into going to a gym or to a class. You don't have to be in shape. This is another myth, that you don't already have to be in shape to get results. So this here is Christine, my lovely Christine. She started out as a challenger, but she became a coach and she decided to go all in. She's a mama of 3 boys. Her husband works a lot. And so if you read here, she was talking about, she wasn't sure about it. She was always tired as it was, didn't have energy to play with her boys. She had heard of Shakeology, but wasn't really excited to even try it, but did it because she knew that there was a guarantee to get her money back if she didn't like it. So she started doing it while the kids were napping, and at first she struggled and she modified, which I think is important to know. We all have to modify when we start. And she kept at it and she kept going. And as you can see, she's consistently, continued her journey and gotten results. She was a size 13 and 169 pounds, and she's now a size 8 and 137 pounds. So I loved Christine's transformation. I also love that this is something that newer mamas can do. So this is Doreen, and I love Doreen's story because much like Tess, she was not cleared to work out right away. And so the only thing she could do was the meal planning portion. So that meal planning portion is super important, right? So you have to dial that in, and it works systematically with the workouts, but she got jump started on that. And as you can see, she did, like she said, I lost 5 pounds during the 21-day fix and was able to fit back into her pre-pregnancy jeans. And then she jumped right into another program called Hammer and Chisel, where she was able to lose more inches and pounds and build more muscle and get back to her fitness level where she was comfortable. And this one was just posted yesterday, so I had to add it in. This is Wendy, and she too was a new mama. She has 2 little ones, but she had just had her little girl, her second baby, and she was not confident in where she was starting. She was not confident in wearing shorts and bikinis, and that's something that hits home for me because I too, for the longest time, would never wear shorts. I was self-conscious about going to picnics or anytime I had to wear a bikini, and I currently live in Hawaii. So, I mean, there's no getting out of wearing a bathing suit, year-round bathing suit season, but I can empathize. When she shared that yesterday, I was like, that hits home for me, because how many times do we allow our lack of confidence or our own being our worst critic to hold us back from experiencing life and experiencing the things that we want to because we don't feel confident in the skin that we're in? So she talks about how she took ownership of her journey. And I think that's such an important piece to her story because, yes, I was her coach and I was there to help, but she was the one that decided to make the move to decide that there was no turning back. She was only moving forward. And now she knows what she needs to do and is paying that forward and helping others. 90% of the battle is just showing up, and she showed up and she still does. And I'm so proud of her for doing that. So portionology. We talked about this. So this is where I was told you I'd share. Yes, there is an allotment for wine. I don't know if there's any other vino drinkers out there, but in this system, like I said, nothing is off limits. It's all about learning to dial it in and to be more mindful around your choices. So yes, we talk about cleaner food choices and how to pick things and what to look out for. But if you love lasagna, then you eat lasagna. You just dial it back with how much you're putting on your plate. And that's what we talk about. We also offer some, I've got a sweet tooth. We give you a whole recipe guide that our team has put together that allows you to factor in things that you'll love, that the kids will love, where you don't feel deprived. And we do it together. This is probably the piece that really helps me more than anything else, because I can start and stop and start and stop, or I used to. But the thing that kept me consistent was the daily check-ins with the group of people that were working with me, where there was the virtual support to help me stay on track. The tools were all there. I just needed to use them and be consistent in using them. And that's what being a part of a challenge did. We started on the same day. We had the same program. We were excited to do it together, and we stayed the course. And I think that we are in such an independent state a lot of the time. We feel connected because we're on social media, but we feel isolated in the direction that we're moving. And this gives you a common direction, a common goal to work toward, while still, developing that fight and that persistence on your own to see it through. If you can't read all these little cute signs, but these are all the different people that started out as challengers and became coaches to pay it forward, because makeup artist, nurse, fireman, teacher, psychology major, entrepreneur, the child development specialist. There's so many people in all different walks of life that needed some place to come so that they could get results, and this ended up being their place. So group details. So each start date for any group that you may be invited to or invited to with this call depends on the person that invited you. So my recommendation is after this call that you connect with the coach that invited you. I'm not done yet, so don't log off. I'll show you how you can redeem your gift card. But what I'll be offering is for the first 20 people that either submit the raffle, I'll be entering them into a raffle for the Target gift card. For the first 20 that actually decide to jump in and do a challenge with us, you're ready to go, I'll enter you into another drawing for a separate Lululemon gift card, and that will be for tonight. It has to be for a challenge pack, and it has to be by midnight Pacific Standard Time tonight to be eligible. So what do you get in a challenge pack? What is this challenge pack thing? All right, so in a challenge pack, you get Superfood Shakeology. I do the vegan, and I'll also do the cafe latte. I provide all the different recipes, as does any coach on the team, with our favorite mixes, how to mix it up, what to do with it. It is my saving grace, y'all. It is the thing that I was so adverse to protein shakes. Let me just tell you, this is not a protein shake. It was the thing that helped me regain my energy after having had my daughter. It supplemented the nutrition that I thought was crazy clean, crazy great, but I had a blind spot. I had a blind spot to the fact that in any diet where I was not going to be getting complete whole foods 24/7 all day, every day, and I tend to skip meals, that this was going to be the thing that helped me sustain my nutrient density, and I didn't get those cravings. I didn't get my sweet tooth fix. I didn't get the sweet tooth that normally reared its head around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is what helps save me as a busy mom, and it's the meal I don't ever have to think about. So that comes with your kit. You get 30 of those. You get the fitness plan. You get the portion control containers if you go with the 21-day fix or one of the other programs that it comes with, and you can talk to your coach about what the best fit for that is for you. A shaker cup, a coach, a personal coach that's going to help you through this whole process, the accountability group online, access to Beachbody On Demand, which was that screenshot of bot that I showed you where you get all the other workouts. That's a $1,500 value to access all those workouts, and you get it for free for 30 days. And after that, it's like a menial fee, and you can cancel it after that if you don't want it. But I continue mine because I like the variety. If you like trying out different things, you're going to want to keep it too. And you also, if you do keep it, you get grandfathered into the earlier on-demand subscription. So adding on a 3-day refresh. All right, so we have a team-wide one of these coming up on the 5th of July. We always try to plan one after a holiday because most people need to get back on track. What the 3-day refresh is an amazing cleanse. And you take it from someone that's done a lot of yoga cleanses, juicing cleanses. Those things are miserable. Let me tell you, it's no fun to cleanse anyways, but this is the most gentle one that I've ever done because you still eat. You just phase out certain food groups and you do it for 3 days, which is entirely doable. And the importance of doing this is cleaning your slate. Your body needs an opportunity to rest. And a lot of times people need that instant win at the front of their program. So a lot of the kits that we offer have this as an optional add-on. You can add a kickstart onto the front end of your challenge. So let's say you've got a wedding, you've got a timeline. You need 3 weeks and you want to start it off with a 3-day refresh. You'll see results after those first 3 days, and then you jump into your program and you're going to soar from there. But this is my go-to way after I travel, after I feel like I've ingested too much sugar. It's just a really great way to add it onto your program. And it's something that my mom, as someone that struggles with cholesterol, does on a regular basis to help keep her cholesterol in check. So this is not just all about fitness for us. It's really about health. We want people to live healthier lives and have the tools to do that. And these are tried and true ways that we've found to do that. So bonuses that you get with your kit, we discussed this briefly, the bod. These are just a sampling of some of the workouts. Turbo Fire is so fun. Insanity, Brazilian butt lift, which is what the Victoria's Secret models use. These are ones that just come with it. Anything on the left is all the programs that just automatically come on bod. And if you have the bod for the 30 days and even as a subscription, you'll get demos and previews of anything on the right, which are all the newer programs, and you'll get access to those in little snippets, or what they call the workout du jour of the day. But you'll also get meal plans and a lot of other tools too. And of course, if you want more than just a basic challenge, there are different levels. I mentioned that before, but there's Fix Extreme. And I'm emphasizing the Fix because it is the one that a lot of people feel the most confident starting with because it has the meal planning component. It has the ability to get you results in the first 21 days, which is exactly what you need to establish healthier habits. And the Fix is great for people that are starting out their journey. It gives you a lot of room to grow, but the Fix Extreme, if you have any level of fitness starting out, I would recommend that you go with the Fix Extreme because there is a modifier and you can always work your way up, and it's equally an amazing program to get into. It's actually what I'm doing right now and what I'll be starting with everybody starting Monday. Also, this is something everybody should know because I didn't know this at the beginning of my program, and I feel like if I had the first time I got Insanity or P90X way back in the day before it collected dust for years, this is something that would have helped me. So not only do you get a coach, but you have the option to become one yourself, or what we like to call a preferred member, and save 25% on your future orders. So if you want to stay on Shakeology, if you want to get future programs, you have that opportunity. And so I'll just encourage you to reach out to the coach that invited you to this call. If that's something that interests you, I actually host another call where I talk exclusively about that opportunity and how, as a military spouse and former nurse, I traded in my scrubs and now get to stay home with my daughter full time and do this. So if talking about health and fitness and being healthy and fit and working out from home is your jam, then for sure talk to us about it, because our team is genuinely, we call ourselves the Good Vibe Tribe, Team Viva, Vida, and that is what we are. We're just a good group of people. Recap. So we're getting there to the end. I'm trying to hold true to my 30 minutes, guys. So enrollment cost, your choice of challenge pack. This is an overview, guys. And if you break everything I shared with you down, this is what it would cost. So daily coach, like a personal coach, anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour to have your own coach checking in with you every day. And that's on the low end, guys, because I know some coaches that are far more than that. Virtual support groups are valued at $100 per program. Fitness programs are valued anywhere from $60 to $90 a program. 30 premium servings of Shakeology valued at $130. Nutrition guide is valued at $20. Meal plan and shopping lists are valued at $75. First 20 to register to this call get the $50 Lululemon gift card, 30 days of free on-demand access with the whole library of $1,500 value of programs on demand. All that together would be around $2,000, so $2,119.95. That's crazy. And what I was sharing with you is the reason we were highlighting the Fix. It's currently $140, only till the end of this month, but it's $140, and that gets you everything that I talked about on this call tonight, and that's an investment in you and in you making a major stride forward in your health and wellness, and is really, really an excellent value. And just so you know, like I mentioned when I was sharing Christine's story, if you have that like little lingering like, oh, I call them my emeralds, the people that always want to know all the details and know that they're backed up, you have your 30-day love it or leave it policy. If you use all your Shakeology, if you do your entire program and you're like, this didn't work for me, I'm not feeling it, I didn't love it, and you genuinely gave it a good go and you didn't think that it was worth it, then you can always get your money back. But be honest with yourself before you do it. It's not a lack of money, it's a lack of priorities. And if you're not going to really commit to the actual challenge, then I'll encourage you to not go for it at this point in time, to work on getting there. But definitely, it's worth the investment in you. It was worth the investment in me, and I think for everyone on this call, they can agree. So now to the good stuff. How do you win? All right, so make sure you can screenshot this, do whatever. You want to know this info because this is how you get your raffle. There's 2 raffle giveaways, which is the Target gift card, $50. So you go to tinyurl.com/VV challenge 411 raffle. It just asks you for your name and your email. The first 20 of those that come in, I will put in a raffle. I will draw it. It needs to be into me by midnight tonight, and I will announce in our Challenge 411 Facebook community who the winner of that is. And then on the other side, if you do decide to take a challenge and you're ready to run with us, you are going to email the receipt of your challenge pack order. You first need to check in with your coach. I know personally, I only work with 5 new people a month because I want to give them the best coaching experience that I can. So in order to do that, you want to check with your coach, make sure they still have room in their next challenge available. And if they do, then you want to snag one of them, get me your receipt, email it to JacquelineRayFitness@gmail.com. And again, I'll take the first 20 of those and put them into a raffle and draw someone for that. And that, my friends, is my call. Let's see, screen share, we can stop, screen share. All right, so I am so very thankful that you guys were on tonight. I appreciate your time. I think maybe my slides at the beginning didn't show, so I apologize for that. But thank you to Tess for helping to present. If you have any questions, connect with the coach that invited you to this call, or hook up with us over in the Team Viva Vida Challenge 411 Facebook group, and we'll be there to answer any questions that you have left from tonight's broadcast. All right, guys, it was lovely being here with you tonight. I hope to hear from you and see you in one of our groups soon. Bye.